Welcome to Heal Vertigo and Dizziness Naturally. Naturally, if you're on medications, you should not stop those medications straight away. Just ease out of them after we've spoken about how you can cure vertigo and dizziness naturally. Another thing that a doctor may not have explained to you is some medications and citrus and apple juice do not blend with your medication. They cause other problems. So if you're wanting to have some fruit juice or an orange or an apple, then that must be done at a 4-hour interval to your medication. And I'll send you a PDF file, or I'll put a click through to the PDF file down in the notes below. There are other things that your doctor may not have considered nor explained to you, and one thing is that your medication and alcohol do not go together. When you have dizziness and vertigo issues, there can be many reasons for that. So they should send you to see an ear, nose, and eye specialist. They should also send you to a dentist to make sure that your teeth are lining up properly and that the way you chew your food is happening correctly, especially if you're a mature age person, because everything becomes out of alignment a bit as we age. As we all know, we start to droop downwards. Your jawline is very important. Have you ever had a fall? Has someone ever hit you in the face? Your jaw could be out of alignment, and that will cause vertigo. Have your neck checked as well, because if that's out of alignment, that will also cause vertigo and dizziness. You should actually have all parts of your body checked, and your doctor can organize that for you. Now let's talk about how you can heal vertigo with God's gifts. Yes, from plants. Smell therapy is a wonderful way of healing vertigo and other things that are happening with your mind, such as if you smell rosemary every day, it keeps you alert. So that's a very important essential oil to smell each day. In the PDF file, you'll be able to read about how to make these inhalers and how the inhalers work. There's a little cotton. Can you see the red line I'm rubbing across the right-hand top corner? That little cotton rod goes inside this inner tube, and this inner tube at the top of it has a hole in it for smelling. Once you put that cotton tube inside that inner plastic piece, then you sprinkle the essential oils onto the cotton bud, and you only need 1, 2, or 3 drops of an essential oil. Then you put the little cap on the bottom, and then this outer tube goes over the top of the whole lot of that sorry, so that it keeps it all nice and clean in your pocket or your handbag. So you just take this outer casing off, smell the top, don't put it inside your nose, hold it outside your nose and wave it around and just breathe in the essential oils. Now the recipe that I recommend for vertigo is 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of basil, and 1 drop of peppermint. Now because we're going to use peppermint, another thing that you need to understand about peppermint is that it's an energizer. So you wouldn't want to be smelling this late in the afternoon, because then it will stop you from sleeping properly in the evening. But first thing in the morning, it will create all this wonderful energy. If you can afford sandalwood, and you can find pure sandalwood, and it's very hard to get these days because they have over stripped the trees, and of course the trees need to be at least 30 years old before they can take the sap out of the tree to make the essential oil. But if you can get your hands on pure sandalwood, and I'll also put two of my suppliers that I love dearly in the notes below so that you can contact them and see if they've got these oil. Well, they'll have all of the oils in stock, but sandalwood they may not have. Two of the Australian suppliers actually supply Australian sandalwood, which has been growing now for many decades and is ready to start producing healing oils. So you could also try the Australian sandalwood. So now, is that clear? Because you may think that this is not a great healer, but trust me, the olfactory system in your nose does amazing things. Plus, with this type of smell therapy, sandalwood in particular will get through the what they call the BBB, which is the blood-brain barrier in the brain. Whereas when you massage an oil on, your brain may reject those oils coming up from the liver and through the brain. So smell therapy quite often is far more effective than massaging oils on. But in this video, I'm also going to show you a massage oil that is good for vertigo. Now, you could also have loose crystals in the inner ear section somewhere. So the crystals could be here or down here somewhere. And this is why yogi people stand on their head, because that equalizes and changes all that. Now, I couldn't stand on my head these days. I certainly could when I was younger, put my feet up against the wall and stand there for 10 minutes breathing upside down. But these days what I do is I lay on my bed crossways and I hang my head over the bed backwards. But you should only do this when you're older if someone else is home, or if you're a young person with middle ear infection. Certainly do not do this hanging over your bed with your head tilted downwards when you're home alone, because that can cause other issues. But this is something important for people with vertigo to know, and you can ask your doctor to send you to what they call a vestibular. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but a vestibular specialist. They're like a neurologist or similar to a neurologist, and they can check to see if you've got any crystals that are loose in your inner ear. Now, let's talk about massage oil and the importance of pure massage oils and how to make a massage oil. The first thing that you need to purchase is a 100 ml bottle with either an eyedropper as your cap, or they come with little drippolators under the cap where the oils can drip out. It's important first to fill the bottle. I'll just get my point here, to fill the bottle with olive oil to where the bottle changes shape. You do not fill the bottle to the top or the beginning of that small narrow neck area where the cap sits. So are we clear on that? You'll only fill the bottle with olive oil to where it changes shape. Now you can buy bigger bottles if you want, and then just multiply out these drops. You add the drops of essential oil to that 100 ml of olive oil, which is just like your kitchen variety olive oil, but buy premium grade olive oil that is in a dark bottle. I've noticed that they now have olive oils in the supermarkets that are in plastic bottles, and you can see through the bottle, and they say it's pure. It is not pure if it's in a plastic see-through bottle. They are tricking you. The olive oil must be in a dark glass bottle where the neck is narrower at the top of the bottle, because that stops oxygen from getting in. So let's say you just purchase your olive oil from the supermarket or from a health food store. You put 100 ml into a glass, not a plastic, a glass bottle with a narrow neck, and it must have a dropper in the top or an eyedropper. And the most important thing is that it must be dark glass. It can be blue or amber or brown or green, any of those colors, but it must be dark glass. So we put 100 ml of olive oil in and we add 5 drops of chamomile. I've put the species name here in the genus so that you know the better brand of essential oil to purchase. 3 drops of peppermint and 5 drops of sandalwood. You then shake it, keep it in a cool cupboard, not the refrigerator, because it will set and go hard if you put it in the fridge. Not only that, the molecule structure of the oils change dramatically when the oil is too cold or too hot. So just in a cool cupboard, not in your bathroom, but in your kitchen pantry, maybe on the very bottom shelf, keep it, or the second bottom shelf, so that it stays at a nice temperature all of the time. And then you massage that for vertigo into your solar plexus area, which is around your navel. So you just rub it in there, just a teaspoon of it or half a teaspoon of it every morning and at lunchtime. You certainly do not massage this particular oil in after 3 p.m. in the day, because it will stop you from sleeping. The peppermint is an energizing oil. Sandalwood may be hard to get, and you can replace sandalwood with ginger oil. Ginger oil will then become a twofold type of healing oil, because ginger oil is absolutely wonderful when you mix it with peppermint and chamomile if you have arthritis, and the pain just dissipates within minutes of rubbing it onto if your wrists are sore, your knees and other places like that. Now, I have made this dosage very, very low because I am not doing a consultation with you. So I've played it very safe. You can actually make it stronger than this, but I would advise seeing an aromatherapist before making it any stronger. Some doctors these days are studying aromatherapy, and I would definitely consider going to a doctor who also is a natural healer, because they'll be able to up this dosage for you. In 100 ml of olive oil, adults can take up to 50 drops in total when massaging the face of the essential oil. So you can actually add up to 50 drops in total. But without a consultation, I can't recommend that here in this video. For children, 6 years to 12 years, it would be 25 drops. So if they have vertigo or dizziness. But for children in this case, you can use this exact amount that I have put on here. The healings of essential oils have been happening since before Christ. So don't get frightened. Even though each essential oil is very, very powerful and has loads of different chemicals inside each drop of oil, they do amazing things. Well, I just made a huge mistake in the previous slide. As I was explaining the quantities to you, I said that you can add 50 drops to 100 ml of olive oil for your face. And when I replayed it, I thought, Oh, I'm not changing that whole thing. I will just add another slide. So what I've done is I've added a blending chart here on the right. So carrier oil, in 100 ml of olive oil, you will add 50 drops, and notice here, this is what you add for the body. So if it's only a tiny little 5 ml bottle that you're making up, you can only add 2 drops of essential oil to that. So you would probably choose chamomile and ginger, or chamomile and sandalwood if you just wanted to make a really small bottle. But you can also buy 50 ml bottles, and for the body you add 25 drops of essential oil when it's 50 ml of olive oil. Over here is how you blend for the face, and the face has a totally different type of skin structure to, well, not totally different, but slightly more sensitive skin structure to what your body has, and so hence it's half the quantity. So in 100 ml of olive oil for the face, if you're going to be massaging the face, it's 25 drops. Now, I cannot recommend here on this video, as I've said before, the Vertigo quantities, dosage to you, because I haven't done a client consultation with you. So therefore, go back to the previous slide and have a look at the quantities until you speak to an aromatherapist. However, if you've been using essential oils for a long time and you're an enthusiast, this is the correct dosage for the body and for the face. I hope that helps. Well, this is my book, well, one of my many, called the Alluring Study of Aromatherapy for Healers and Perfumers. There are over 60 oils, essential oils, explained in that book, and I think I've got about 10 carrier oils, such as olive oil, apricot oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, wheat germ oil, and how you mix them. For instance, wheat germ oil is wonderful if you're not allergic to wheat, but you can't use it straight out of the bottle. You have to mix it with another oil, like maybe jojoba or olive oil. And I always recommend olive oil for healing. It's a wonderful oil. And not only that, we can just pop down to the supermarket and purchase it. So I'll put a link down the bottom to the different places where you can purchase this book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and many of the other bookstores have it. And they just post it out to you. It's also on my website. Also in that same book, I have at the back of the book an A to Z listing of ailments. So no matter what ails you, you can look up what oils you should use for that particular ailment. You know, colic in babies and headaches, all sorts of things. There's probably several hundred ailments. I haven't counted them, so I'm not really sure. But there's also quite often recipes there for you on what to mix for that ailment and how to use the oils for that particular ailment. And people find this a wonderful addition to an aromatherapy book. Well, since the earth was born, people have used plants to heal naturally. Do not underestimate the power of smell therapy for healing vertigo naturally. I do hope this video helps you. Please share it, like it, subscribe to my channel, and the next video will be on healing headaches and the many reasons why we have headaches, but more importantly, how to heal them naturally. I'm Robyn. Thank you for your time. Bye now.